golden. Speakers, glow. Check your game on. Ready, go! Eyes on the screen, nose on the side. All tap hard, switch collide. Hands on the pen, hands on the mouse. Level up brain in this house. I used to think it's one or the other. Study.
We have all been involved with within the training courses, which is good. I believe, Dave, you are one of the instructors as well, which is fantastic. So we've got your wisdom here as well, which is brilliant. Scott technically has been involved in putting content together under something we've called the Cloud Workshop Studio that we developed for putting some other content out. But that's an introduction to who each of us and what we're doing. If I may hand over to Jordan now to take us through his plan.
For those who, I'm pretty sure, I know Claire knows me, I know Alexandra knows me from the classes. I know David does as well. So my background is basically engineering, mechanical engineering, motorsport engineering, blah blah blah. So I've done that, and then I wanted to get into this time last year. I wanted to change, so I got in. I started doing the and I really enjoyed it because personally, I enjoy learning new things, getting new skills, and I've learned so much in a year and done a couple of exams. The AZ 900, which I failed actually twice, or was it 3 times? I can't remember. But anyway, it's just because I wasn't, as David just sort of said there, I wasn't used to doing exams again. It just took me a while to get back into the rhythm and started learning with other people, with John, with Scott, with Tony, with Filden, with Kat. Outside of the class. So I find that, absolutely so useful. And not only in an educational way, but in, a friendship way as well. Is that okay? Can you see that? Yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Alrighty.
Okay, yeah, go to watch stream, folks, in case you're not aware. Oh my goodness.
Engage crack certs. Okay, so this is what Scott was talking about. So this is another website. Obviously, you can use Microsoft Learn, which is brilliant. This is just like another tool you can use for exam prep. Obviously Microsoft Learn is brilliant for learning. I'm just showing you something different. So this is for so you get basically, excuse me, for the AZ 900. I know, Claire, I know you've done it. So there's 9 tests, and first one's free if you ever want to try it. But this is the one we're doing. I've already paid for this. It was like £7 or something. But then you get access to it for pretty much forever. So and they update the questions. So they're always up to date.
Can I just add something there, Jordan?
Yeah, of course you can.
You got to pay for every test. So you can't just pay for one test and then you've got.
Oh no, yes, you pay for the whole lot at once. Um, I think it was like 7-8 quid, something like that, £7-8.
No, sorry. What I meant was, so if you pay for the AZ 900, you don't get the AZ 104 as well. You got to pay for that.
Oh no, yeah. So if you go into like practice test, so there's Microsoft, there's Amazon. So you got your Microsoft, you got all these. You can have. So they don't have every exam, but at least most of the basics are there, and especially, yeah, it's well worth it. And then Claire, you were saying you're trying to get ready for the 104, so they have that there as well. And it's good because there's a lot of in the 104 practice tests, they actually do like case studies, which is really useful because it really makes you think. And yeah, so this is anyway. Sure, I'll stop blabbering, and just so you can see what it looks like, we can
Go for it.
do this one. Yeah, first of all, right. Okay, so practice test 1. And then you have two options. You've got your exam mode, you got your practice mode. So practice mode, you can take as much time as what you need. It will give you an explanation to the answers of the questions, because I'm sure you'll get it right. But if you get one wrong, at least you'll have an explanation, like a very clear explanation about why. Because it's multiple choice, so if you it'll go through each multiple choice question or option, sorry, and it will explain why it's incorrect as well. So
Let's get into the exam then.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Sorry, I'm blabbering. Right, I'm blabbering. You can edit all that out if you want. Okay. So, guys,
characteristics.
Please jump in and help me out here, because sometimes I need help. So, okay, what are 2 characteristics of the public cloud?
I love self-service.
Pricing.
Who said that?
Me.
Okay.
We
John.
shouldn't talk, John. We shouldn't talk.
Yeah. Guys, anybody else? Can you help me out?
I'm going to give Claire and Alexandra a chance before I answer.
Yeah. Claire, Alexandra? Okay, I'll give you
pricing.
Yeah.
Except if it's reserved or whatever it is.
Mhm.
Also self-service management.
I agree with that one. Why do you think that? So self-service management, that's going through, organizing your resources through like the portal and stuff. So yeah, I would say that. And metered pricing, why would you say that one? If you don't mind me asking.
Because it's pay as
you go
when you use it.
Yeah, pay as you go. Yeah, I would agree. I would agree with that one. Yeah, because it's definitely not the other ones. It's not unsecured connections. It's not limited storage.
I just want to remind you, Jordan, you are in a timeline here.
Oh yeah. Okay, right. Sorry, I'll this is my first time doing this, so okay. Increase the compute capacity of apps in the cloud. So the compute capacity. So that's scaling up, scaling down, scaling out, scaling in. Or no, it's actually scaling up or scaling out. So scalability in it. Okay, so ensure that users always have the best experience by deploying apps to all the regions where there are users. Right, could somebody help me out with this one?
I reckon we should let Claire answer all of these, to be honest.
Yeah. Right, come on, Claire.
Not fair.
No, tough luck.
Scalability is sort
Yeah,
of
yeah,
scaling up
yeah.
or down. But we're also looking at regions, which sort of has that
Oh,
geo
you hit
distribution
the
look
nail on
about
the head
it.
there. You're hitting the nail on the head. What is regions to do with?
Yep. Oh, Alexandra's got it. So yeah, if you're deploying apps to all the different regions, so yeah, geo distribution.
Because I'm on a certain screen, I can't see the chat. So
Okay.
right, let's let Claire and Alexander do this.
Yep. Okay. So I'll be quiet. But I have to read this out. What enables a cloud service to adapt quickly to changing requirements?
It helps me
Alec-
fitter than me with agility.
Alexandra. Okay. Okay, Alexandra. Yeah, you can write on chat. That's fine.
Oh yeah, I just see it came up in my top right.
Okay. So we're saying like yeah, you have to be agile, changing requirements. It's sort of like scalability as well. Agility, elasticity.
It's got nothing to do with age, has it, Scott and Jordan?
Right, I reckon since we got Alexander and Claire here, if they can't answer it, David's here. So we shouldn't answer.
Yeah. Okay. Okay, so a company has complete control of the resources and security for its private cloud. Right. Okay, you've got a 50-50 one here.
To say yes,
I'd
apart
say,
from data centers, it doesn't have complete control over.
Private cloud we're talking about, Claire.
A private cloud, yeah, it does. Yeah, for private cloud, it will.
yeah, private cloud, yeah. I would agree. So a hybrid cloud solution enables a company to control whether its application run on-prem or in the cloud.
Yes.
Yeah, I would say so. I would say so as well. Companies are responsible for this is one for Scott. Companies are responsible for capital expenditure when they scale up a virtual machine hosted in a public cloud.
You know I hate capex and opex.
I know you do. Yeah, I know. That's why I'm saying it's for you.
I was just going to say this is not political in any shape or form about capex.
Well, it's OPEX and CAPEX is in capital expenditure. which is only when we've got private cloud.
Yeah, it's infrastructure. It's CapEx is what you pay for. Like
when you buy an asset.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's your hardware, and then OPEX is
I'm
operational.
slowly getting round to it, Jordan. I'm slowly getting.
Yeah, I know you are. Yeah.
It's no with the public.
Yeah, I would say it's no, isn't it? So if you're scaling up virtual machines, so that would be OPEX, not CapEx. So yeah, I would say. Again, Scott, or anybody else help me out with these ones, because I always have trouble with these models. So which cloud service model minimizes the management responsibility of a customer? Oh, actually, I do know this one.
Yeah, of course you know this one.
Yeah, Alexandra, yeah. Software. For the platform as a service, updating the operating system is the responsibility of the customer. Is it?
You are allowed to scratch your head, folks, in the process, by the way.
Yeah.
I think with platform as a service, the cloud provider provides the operating system. It's just what goes on it. Platform as a service. Whereas, so you can do your own bespoke applications. Or software as a service, you just have off the shelf.
Yeah, so like with software as a service, it's obviously the least responsibility for the customer. Platform, it's in the middle. I think
about what are some platform as a service examples. You're talking about the Azure App Service, Azure SQL Database. In either of those, do you do anything with the operating system?
No, you don't.
No,
exactly. The only thing you do with operating systems is when it comes to VMs, and that's infrastructure as a service.
Yeah, so yeah, it's infrastructure, isn't it?
So my point is, if you're a little bit unsure, think of an example of what the service is, and that will help guide you with the thought process.
Yeah.
Oh, because Alexander's put in no, because the customer manages data and application, I think.
Yeah, that's right. Completely right.
Yeah. We are monitoring the chat as well if you're not able to speak, no problem.
Yeah, no, Alexandra got it right there. She's been putting in the chat there as well. So for infrastructure, cloud service, network control is the responsibility of Microsoft.
It's basically the reverse of the other question. This is infrastructure. So you're basically in control.
Yeah, Claire's saying no.
No, so you're in control of the hardware. You're not in control of Microsoft itself. You're just in control of your hardware. So yeah, it's a no.
Yeah.
Sorry, I'm going. Yeah, it's a no.
Yeah, it's a no. For the infrastructure.
Yeah, it's a no.
I would have said yes, actually, for that one.
I think this is a bit ambiguous. If you think about it, an infrastructure as a service, your control of the VNet, firewalls, user-defined routes, NSGs, etc., right? But
Mm.
the underlying physical network is always the responsibility of Microsoft. So I think the answer is no, because I think they're referring to the whole VNet side of things. But the challenge you've got is, there's always going to be something that Microsoft have to do because they manage the underlying network infrastructure.
Yeah.
We
Yeah.
have no access to that at all.
No, I understand. Yeah. Okay. We'll say no for that one then. Okay. So for software, identity management is a shared responsibility between the customer and Microsoft.
Right, I'm gonna have to step in on this one.
Okay.
Right, everything is a shared. When it comes to identity, everything is shared. It's your responsibility as well as Microsoft. When it comes to identity, everything is shared. Like, I just want to put that out there. So if you see identity, it's as much as your
Yeah.
responsibility as it is Microsoft's. Just want to put that out there. Sorry.
I would actually agree with that one. Yeah. Yeah. So I would say, so we'll say yes. Okay. So Azure Site Recovery provides whatever for virtual machines. So recovery sort of answers in the question. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, Claire. Yeah.
Time running out.
Yeah.
We got plenty of time. Half hour left.
Yeah, we'll get 20 minutes. Okay, so your company plans to migrate all its data and resources to Azure. Okay, so they're just starting off. They haven't done anything yet. The company's migration plan states that only PaaS solutions must be used in Azure. You need to deploy an Azure environment that meets the company's migration plan. What should you create?
We've got messages coming through on the chat. Come on, folks. If you can't speak, let's see their messages. That's encouraging.
Yeah, Claire, I agree.
Well done, well done. I got this one wrong the other day.
Yeah, you did, yeah. Okay. You have a set of policies. You need to group related policies together. Oh, yeah. Yeah. I know this one.
Right, everything goes down. So you got the owner, you got the subscriptions, but everything has one thing in common.
Yeah, Claire. Yeah, I agree.
We got Alexander coming in with initiatives.
And Alexandra. Yeah. They've got it right. Initiatives.
Well done, folks. You're doing well.
Okay, that's an easy one. It's always hybrid. It's always hybrid. Yeah. On-prem, on cloud-based, yeah, hybrid, yeah. Sweet. Good job. What is a feature of virtual network?
Oh, I know this one.
Yeah, I know you do.
Two.
Yep.
Yep.
Yep. Yeah, Claire. Yeah, I agree. Isolation. So yeah, you've got your you can have like your private cloud or whatever. That's what I'm saying. Yeah.
Alexander's still messaging.
Oh, sorry, Alexander. Sorry. So something is the process of verifying a user's credentials. So it's basically
Don't
saying
think it's
who you are.
Federation. I don't think it's Federation.
I'm going to answer this one. Totally wrong. It's ticketing.
Yeah. Okay,
Thank
Scott.
you, Claire.
Scott, I think that only applies to you and cars.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, Alexandra and Claire got it right. Because yeah, it's just proving who you say you are. Authentication, authorization gives you access to what you're allowed to do. So and as your region, give you a chance to read through them there. So what do we not want?
High latency.
Exactly. So that's up and gone. So what do you want?
Low latency.
Exactly. Yeah.
Sorry, I'm getting sharp.
No, it's okay. No, Alexandra got it right. Claire got it right. Yeah. So premium storage accounts can be configured as Azure file shares. So premium storage accounts.
This isn't a 50-50 phone a friend, but you can ask the
Yeah.
audience.
Yeah. I would say yes. I would say yes as well.
Yay!
Yeah, that will go. Yeah. So again, premium storage accounts can be configured as blob storage.
Well done, Claire and Alexander.
No,
Thank you for your input.
they're both doing really good. Better than I would do anyway. But so yeah, I agree. I would say yes too. Yeah. Okay. All right. This is a good question. Actually, premium storage accounts can be configured as V2 storage. Does anybody want to jump in with this one? Why do you say no, Claire? I'm not saying you're wrong.
Claire, you can just jump on the mic.
Yeah, exactly. 100%. Yeah, it's standard storage.
Yeah, the V2 storage is only on standard. It's not premium.
Yeah.
Well done.
Sweet. So ExpressRoute uses border gateway protocol. So the ExpressRoute is like it's a private connection. So
It is, yes, yeah.
I would say yeah.
ExpressRoute is a private connection.
Yeah. So then this sort of goes back to that the previous question. Uses the internet to connect to an on-premises network to Azure. It doesn't go over the internet, or it doesn't go over the public internet anyway.
Are you doing well, Jordan? 13 to go with 23 minutes. Well done.
Right. You can configure multiple ExpressRoute circuits to connect an on-premises data center to Azure. Okay, Claire says no. Multiple express route circuits to connect to an on-premises data center to Azure. I would
go yes.
I would go yes.
That's where we like it. A bit of debate. Come on.
Yeah.
Explanation, guys. Come on.
Yeah. So express route circuits.
Should we just go no because like
Okay.
that was the answer?
Okay.
We do need the explanation. If you're going to make one decision or another, put the explanation in.
We're gonna after the test, all the explanations will be like
Visible.
yeah.
Oh,
We shouldn't explain nothing because like this is their exam to see how well they would do. So let's just go no
Okay.
because that's what they chose.
Okay. So again, you're just starting off. You're planning to migrate to Azure. You have several departments, all the resources. All the Azure resources used by each department will be managed by a department administrator. What are two possible techniques to segment Azure for the departments? So what do you have to have? Yes. Yeah, resource groups. Yes, you do. But before that, on subscriptions, yeah. So you need your subscription first. That's the one thing you need to start off with, and then you can create resource groups. Well, obviously for your resources. Yeah. Oh, sorry. So, what should you use to assign a reader role for a resource group? So if you're assigning somebody a role, just think of like
you're
RBAC.
talking about
Yeah,
role-based access, aren't you?
yeah, it's RBAC. Yeah, so it's to do with IAM. Yeah, yeah. Sweet. Identity stored in an on-prem Active Directory can be synchronized to a Microsoft intratenant. Okay, Claire, straight in. Yes. I would actually agree. Yeah. It's gotta be, yeah.
Well done. Well done.
Security. Identity stored in a Microsoft tenant, third-party cloud services, and on-prem Active Directory can be used to access Azure resources. I know what I would go for. You know, it's still security at the end of the day. So yeah, I would say yes. Yeah, Alexander. Yeah, and Claire. Yeah. So Azure has built-in authentication and authorization services that provide secure access to Azure resources. So it's got built-in. Yeah, I would say yes. I would say yes. So when using blah blah, you can group virtual machines into an update domain or a fault domain. So availability sets, zones, a load balancer. It's not going to be a load balancer. It's not. Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Yep,
So you
no,
agree? I agree with Claire.
yep. Well done, Claire. Because a lot of people get confused about sets and zones.
Yeah, and also with with this question, I remember the first time I actually done it. I actually really do, and I always went for virtual machine scale sets. But yeah, it's availability sets, because that's to do with a domain or fault domain.
Well
So
done.
yeah, okay, good stuff. Right, you can use the Azure file sync agent to sync on-premises data to an Azure. Answers in the question on this one. Yep, I'd say so as well. Oh, my tea's gone cold. Ugh.
It's not a question in the exam.
No, well, you never know. You can create a resource group inside of another resource group.
And you?
Alexandra, I agree.
No. I declare.
And Claire, I agree. Oh, you can't. Resource groups are, yeah, unique to themselves. So
Yeah, you can create different resources inside a resource group, but you can't
yeah, but not
create
two
a
resource
resource
groups
group.
inside another resource group. Yeah. An Azure virtual machine can be in multiple resource groups. So a VM can be in multiple resource groups. Ooh.
Mm.
I got this one wrong, didn't I? So I'm going to shut up.
Oh.
I love the way you put yes with a question mark.
Yeah. I don't think I think a virtual machine has to be in a separate resource group. Yeah.
It is
I would
no.
say no, actually.
It is no, because I always answer yes, because I always think that you can, but you can't put multiple virtual machines in a resource group. You can move them around to different
Yeah, you can
resource
move them
groups,
around.
but you can't. And that's what I get confused with.
Yeah.
So it is no.
Yeah, I would say no as well. Yeah. Because
Yep, you've got some solid
yeah,
answers there.
okay. A resource group can contain resources from multiple Azure regions. Yeah, I think I know this one.
You said, do you want to ask 50-50 or phone a friend? We can't phone the friend.
You can phone me because I know it. I'll phone Alexandra or Claire. Okay.
Well done to the two of them for actually responding that quickly. Well done.
Yeah. So yeah, you can have resources from different regions. Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Okay, last
Question
one.
35.
I think we've got about 90 something percent here, so let's not spoil it. What can you use to automatically send an alert if an administrator stops on Azure virtual machine? So an alert. So it's not going to be health. It's not going to be watcher. And advisors more to do with cost. So yeah, Claire, yeah, monitor. Yeah. Right, let's see. It doesn't do like in the exam. It doesn't give you like confetti and all that kind of stuff and fireworks. But 97. What do you got one wrong? What did we get wrong? Okay, so anyway, as I said earlier on, it'll give you all these the explanation. So you got your correct answer, all the explanations there, correct answer, meter pricing, and then it'll also give you an explanation why these are incorrect. So yeah. I just want to see what one we got wrong.
And I like to add,
It's
I know
probably Scott's fault. It's probably Scott's fault if he got it wrong.
it was mine.
Um,
I just want to add, like, I know some of you might be thinking, well, this is what Microsoft Learn does when we do the practice exams. These are more accurate. I'm not saying that Microsoft Learn is bad or anything like that. Not at all, because Microsoft Learn is good. But these are just a bit more detailed, and these are actually exam questions.
yeah, it's sort of a bit. Personally, I find this a bit easier to use, and sort of even if I want to write notes about it, I find it a bit easier. Personally, that's just me.
You've also got those links, folks, when you're doing this sort of thing, to actually go back. You've also got the correct and incorrect, which also helps.
Yeah, no, that's what I was saying as well. Like, okay, so we got this one wrong. You can configure multiple express route circuits to connect an on-premises data center to an Azure. What?
Yeah,
I got it wrong.
you can. You could, because you could go through if you think about it, you've got express route direct, so you could go by multiple partners. If you're a big company, you don't necessarily want to trust a single link.
Isn't that the question where I said no? Just go.
Oh yeah, that's the one you said. Just click no. Okay, yeah. Okay, yeah. I thought it was. I thought you could do that. Anyways,
But what was?
but everything else we got right.
So show.
So that was
what's the score?
97.
97, and that was Claire and Alexandra, basically. Yeah,
Yeah, they answered the questions.
you got
so
one
you
wrong.
so,
Ooh, big deal. But this was you two. Well done. You both passed.
yeah. Keeping our lit.
Oh,
And
hello.
Claire and Alexander, does that?
All right, let's carry on with mine then. 3, 2, 1, go. Right, so I'm making a game. Like Jordan and John know this. I'm going to show you a little bit of my game, what I've been working on, and this is basically what I'm going to be teaching on YouTube, like how to do it, like from start to finish, not like, oh yeah, just come in and you can do this.
And the world is changing very quickly. And one of the things the team's asked me to ask you all is, what do you want? What is motivating you? So, Alexander and Claire, what sort of inspires you? What are you inspired by? Okay, so I'm Alexander. I still don't know the path like you guys. That's a fair comment. What I'm looking at and asking a slightly loaded question is throughout the training that I went on with the loaded question that never came back from me from the office in what can we do to help you? And the next question that came up was what interests you? Because without the interest, you don't dig in. Now, I've been very fortunate. I pushed the company I was in and actually got involved with AI productivity. And without boring you, each of you will have something that interests you and something that to help you, you need that support to find. And whilst we're not qualified in loads and loads of different areas, one thing we can say is we need to help you if we are going to see you progress. Yeah. So
Can I get a suggestion?
Yeah.
Think of projects. What I mean by that is when you look up, just you three, Jordan, Scott, John, just look at your interests for a second. Okay, there are going to be interests from everybody. I'm including myself in this. I've got various places I want to go from a technical point of view. When we start thinking about careers, apart from just having that nice bit of paper that says, yep, you've passed an exam, you can do that, you need some evidence.
Yeah.
And projects, personal projects, are very useful for that, because you can, on your LinkedIn profile, you can put your personal GitHub site. So it's a weakness of mine. I don't do this bit well. So what I was thinking was come up with some projects, each of you three, and four if you include Tony and so forth, become a project lead. And rather than the challenge with the projects, like the one I'm doing next Saturday morning, we get 3 hours and that's it. To do a meaningful project, you need a lot more time than that. You need a lot more planning. So you could think of some projects that are worthwhile that will show beneficial skills to potential employers along different, say, technical tracks that you can help design and build. But the point being, you're not giving it to people. You're helping take people along the route. But everyone needs to do their own work. Therefore, for example, let's say you're creating a basic game. Okay, Scott could advise on how to get started, maybe some of the AI tools out there you can use to get the basics of the coding done, so you don't need to be a developer. But we're all going to create something different in that respect, because we're all unique as well. And the same with AI. I mean, some people will say, "Oh, let's do an AI." I'm just pulling out the things out of my head here now. How about an AI tool that scans all the mail I get into and gives me a summary rather than me reading all the marketing that comes through the door? And all sorts of various bits. Somebody else will want a different one, but the principles of the project, the way you approach it, the way you document it, and the very start of that, which again is something I personally have not done, and it's on my to-do list for many months to do, is setting up VS Code and GitHub correctly, setting up a personal website to reference GitHub and the Kriegli badges I've got from the certifications, etc., etc.
That's exactly where I was going for, David.
Yeah.
Just to give you a little bit of background, briefly. So, as well as doing WordPress and various other things and websites, self-taught learning and discovery. So, I came into the I'd done adult education training previously some years ago, and the one thing I was hugely conscious of was that to actually get success, you need to be able to network and talk to people. You need to be able to have that network. I've been very fortunate. I've been working with Multiverse through a company called M Group, of which I work for. But it was only because I connected the dots between the training I'd had, the training I was getting with Multiverse, and the guys that you've got here on this call. as I put things together, I realized that if I put that through LinkedIn, that helped. And we've been working as a team discussing how we could actually provide others with the support, because that's critical. It's great, as Dave's already pointed out, it's brilliant if you've got those 2 hours, you're jumping on a course and you're picking up lots of information. You can ask a few questions, but the time runs out. And that time runs out on every single session of the training. That's similar to lots of other companies. The key is we've identified there is a need to support students and colleagues together. Each of us might be taking exams in different areas, but actually, as a network, that is the critical thing to support you. You support us, and we share and encourage others, and that works. And that is the purpose of the Cloud Workshop. We're actually doing that using the different skills. You've got a guy recording his fantastic editing called Scott there. Jordan has worked at the delivery, getting 100% on exams to take you through them. And I've just ended up doing the rest of it. But there you go.
As well, if I, sorry to interrupt, John, but just going back on what David said there, actually, which was a good point, a very good point, actually. And I don't know how Claire and Alexandra feel about this, but doing the projects, it could be starting off like the way I started off was like doing the CV through Azure as a excuse me, as a static web app. You know, something like that, using Visual Studio and
And GitHub.
GitHub. So it's just sort of to, as I say, I would like to hear from Claire and Alexandra if that would be of interest. We can do that. You know, do a little project if that's of any help. You know, even if it's something like a CV or it could be a fictional website or something. You know, you're not going to get charged for it if it's a static web app. So, but it just gets you used to doing something that, you know, apart from like labs and stuff, which are very useful. Obviously, don't get me wrong, but if you're doing something for yourself, just trying to get the experience out of it,
Yeah, like John
you
said
know,
just there, do you need help with LinkedIn? We're not just going to be cloud based. There is so much to know about computers, and no one person can tell you everything. So John's like he's like excellent at LinkedIn. He's got his AI drones and he's web designing. So Jordan's concentrating on the cloud to help the students. I'm concentrating on editing and my game, and Tony's he's the app guy, isn't he? Really, like he designed his own app, and he's gonna do
You,
some labs.
he's going to
Scott,
do the
just
labs as
to
well.
point out, it's the labs with
Yeah,
him.
labs
He's
with
absolutely
Tony.
brilliant with the labs.
Yeah, he's really good. Yeah, yeah.
So
So if
like,
you guys have any problems with the labs, Tony's the guy.
yeah.
Unfortunately, he couldn't make it tonight, but he'll be there in the future, and he's really good. He's very patient, and more so than myself in labs. But
So
yeah,
we have in the Cloud Workshop studios, we've got 4 different brains that know different areas of computing, and that's what we want to bring to the table, you know. And I think we've been try and see if we can verge together to maybe like help each other.
Yeah, 100%. And also going back to Tony as well. Obviously, I'm not going to speak much for him because he's not here. But in the future, as well as the labs, he's got. If there's anybody interested in CAD engineering as well, he's got a new license for that, which he can share. He can maybe teach if anybody's interested with SolidWorks, which is like a CAD program. So he sorted that out as well. But yeah, we're just starting off. I'm not saying we're experts or anything at the minute, but it's just a wee starting point. So, but we'll get better. We'll get better. And
Everyone starts somewhere, mate.
yeah. So we're just walking at the moment. We're not running. So yeah. So
we've done quite a bit of talking, guys. Let's hear from you.
yeah.
Hang on, do you want to talk about your AI? Because I've been going on about your AI and web design. Do you want to talk about a bit about that before?
Yeah, sure. So if you're struggling with things like websites and stuff like that, and you feel it's of value, if you need to know more about how things like WordPress, because WordPress is available in something called Azure. So it's actually and also areas like Bolt and stuff like that. The prompt side of it, I've done some training in that particular area as well, and obviously, but it's not about what we've done; it's about what you want to do, because what you want to do is what's going to give you the success.
We are, whatever you want to learn. You can follow me, you can follow Jordan, you can follow Tony, you can follow John. Whatever aspects you want to learn.
Yeah, 100%, mate. And as well, like anybody who has any not suggestions or any recommendations, that's the word, of what they want to learn, even something like a wee project. And I think that would be useful, even doing like a CV in VS Code is a good way. Combining that with using GitHub and using the portal, those kind of things, those kind of little projects.
Actually, Jordan, that might be our next video. We haven't got a video up yet on GitHub. Maybe we should do one.
Okay. It just depends what everybody. Jordan, an error 212 on your screen. Is there an error somewhere?
Not on your video. You stopped the stream, so maybe they're referencing the stream.
Oh. All right, it might be the stream. Yeah.
One suggestion, if for everybody, is why not do a quick search in LinkedIn on jobs and say, okay, which is the ideal job? What would you like? Doesn't matter, you can't do it today.
It's going to give you the vision. It's going to give you what the journey, where your journey needs to start. Now, you've already put some comments in there. That's great. Alexandra, we get that. Not an issue. Again, this is something that we can start looking at, the LinkedIn side of it. We're not experts, but we have found different places where we can put content in. So you'll find, for example, that Scott Jordan and myself, particularly, are all interconnected on LinkedIn.
Yeah.
Yeah. But we also are aware that keywords are quite important in understanding and also just trying to find the information that you need. So as we know we've been on a little bit of a time now, but the key thing is we are looking at doing this on a regular basis. We may well be available on a weekly basis, hopefully, and you'll see videos coming out regularly on the channel. But we are going to be led by you, not by us. Yeah. Have you sort of worked out a roadmap for yourselves, or have you thought what the exams you're taking, how they'll fit in with any future plans, or do you need advice and direction guidance on these areas? Because David here has made some very, very valid points.
Yeah,
It's a way of looking at what projects might be useful.
That is brilliant, actually. That is a good idea. Advice. Yep, that's a good one. Thanks, Claire, on that. One of the things that we can see, most of our training has an interconnection, I would argue, with remote working. And that a company that approached me was looking at that particular perspective. They were also looking at the projects that I was putting out, the videos, content that I was putting out, and articles that I was generating based on the knowledge I was developing. And people want to know they can do that. And I think David's been absolutely spot on. One of the things that, oddly enough, we were talking about earlier on today was the education side of it, that maybe most of us have not had that level of support through the companies that we've been involved in. I'm not just saying I'm saying most of the training companies are there for delivery, certification, good luck, have a nice time. And we actually need to change that in our own mindset and as a group in supporting people in that journey.
Yeah,
Yeah,
no,
it's support afterwards as well, after you finish the course. And what I find, and I'll say this for both Claire and Alexandra, what I find very useful was the mentoring afterwards, because then you can go over it again. So I would, if you get the time to do it, if you get it, if you have the time to do it, I would reach out and definitely do that. If it's, maybe you don't have to do it at the weekends. I think there'll be classes on the Tuesdays and Thursdays. So I don't know if there's any more coming up, David.
I know well, the reality is cohorts don't get greenlit about a week before the time. It depends on the number of students signed up.
Yeah.
They have stopped doing weekend ones for the moment.
Oh, okay.
Only doing weekday ones. I don't know all the reasoning. I'm not going to start guessing them. The other thing I was going to say, Jordan, obviously this is your channel on Discord.
Yeah.
What could be useful as a text channel is a LinkedIn /jobs channel where we can share our LinkedIn profile so people can link to us. And two, for having any discussions around it.
John, that's you.
Yeah, I know that. That's why I'm listening to David. I think David and I will probably have a conversation at some stage in the near future as how we can actually get this all interconnected and supporting people. I think it's a definite.
Like, by all means, David, we're not doing this because or anything like that. Like,
Oh, no, I understand.
Not at all. No, not at all. No.
we have nothing against them. Like, I think they're doing a good job. They are delivering what they say, and you get your test paid for and whatever and blah blah blah. So we are not here we are not rivaling anyone at all. We just want people. We want to support
No,
people.
there's a need for community support, basically.
Yeah,
Yeah, 100%. Yeah.
I just want to get that
Jordan,
clear.
Jordan, can
Yeah.
you give people, as I suggested earlier on, an idea of when you're going to run the next one?
What do you mean the next
So are
what
you
is?
hoping to do this next week, in other words?
Well, yeah, I can do it next week if everybody else is free.
Okay.
So shall we say the same days next Saturday?
Shall I say why I'm working next Saturday?
Yeah, you check out.
In other words, there'll be an update this week on exactly where the next one will be once we've got confirmation. But ideally, we're going to try and get this going on a weekly basis, and we'll be led by yourself. And obviously, we're going to be reaching out to David and making
Yeah.
sure that we can get some connections going and try just to make it a little bit more supportive to you all.
Yeah, and as I say, we'll get better. This was just our first time doing this, so bear with us. We'll be, or bear with me.
So ideally, we'll be putting out a post as to the exact time, day, etc. that we're going to be doing it. Folks, you've all got Discord, etc., that we can actually engage from. WhatsApp, etc. Yes, we can set something like that up. Other things that you may want, let us know through the Discord and we'll get it rolling out. Is there anything that we want to discuss before we close? Because we've been going for about an hour and a half now.
I would just say, like John said, like give us ideas what you want to see on our YouTube channel. Like, what would you like to learn? Just tell us, and we'll find the right person out of the four of us to do it.
Yeah, just message or whatever. Right? It's and maybe I don't know if Discord works for you. I know it doesn't work for everybody. If they're not comfortable with it, we could maybe set up a Zoom channel or something.
We have Zoom as an option.
Yeah.
It works as effectively as Optima. The other thing I was going to say was, if you found this helpful, you considered sharing what you found with others. Sharing is going to be important in developing this community, in developing these support mechanisms. So if you know other people that might find what you've done tonight a help, that are also struggling, let them know. Don't just keep it to yourself. Keeping it to yourself doesn't grow.